Pag Show, Congressman Tony Gonzalez admitted to having an affair with his aide, Regina Santos Avilas. After months of denying it, he called the affair a lapse in judgment and a mistake. She died by suicide last fall. The House Ethics Committee is launching an investigative subcommittee on Gonzalez in response to allegations he engaged in sexual misconduct towards an individual employed in his congressional office. In Tuesday's Republican primary, Gonzalez was forced into a May runoff against challenger Brandon Herrera. In Washington, Jill Nato, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are falling, down more than 200 points for the Dow. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's all-American truck headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Thursday. It is now March 5th, 2026, and you're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on standby. And as I told Freddie, well, nothing's changing in the forecast, like literally nothing. It's the same forecast from yesterday, same forecast for tomorrow. The only change is the wind. So hang on to your hats and toupees and use a little extra mousse on your hair because it's going to be, it already is windy. So Freddie's touching his pelona up there. That's okay, Freddie. You'll be fine. All right. 3 men are recovering after an alleged case of road rage led to a shooting in Harlingen. Cameron County Sheriff's Office was called to the corner of FM 508 and FM 509 on Tuesday morning, and investigators say that one individual had been beaten after a road incident. There was a confrontation. That individual who was beaten shot 2 men. Those 2 men were brothers, and he says he shot them in self-defense. No charges have been announced in this case. At 7:07 on the Valley's Morning News. Seems that voter turnout for the primary on Tuesday set a record for both counties, Hidalgo County, Cameron County. 86,000 votes were cast. Over 86,000 votes were cast in Hidalgo County. That's a record. 67,000 of those votes were Democrats. More than 48,000 votes were cast in Cameron County. 35,000 of those were Democrats. And many of these voters headed back to the polls in late May because we have plenty of runoff elections. In education news, there's a lawsuit that has been filed challenging the Texas new school choice program.
A Muslim parent has filed suit claiming that excluding Islamic schools from receiving state funds is unconstitutional. The lawsuit names Comptroller Kelly Hancock, who says they asked the AG for an opinion on this.
He came back, supported our position, said he would defend our position.
Governor Abbott has designated both CARE and the Muslim Brotherhood as foreign terrorist organizations. The man who is suing is a recent immigrant from Morocco whose 2 kids now attend an Islamic school in Houston.
It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. Private employers in the U.S. added 63,000 jobs last month, according to the private payroll firm ADP, and that number was much bigger than was anticipated. And President Trump saying that he will make an endorsement in the Texas Senate race soon.
Current Senator John Cornyn will be in the Republican Party's primary runoff against Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Both men have talked about their support for President Trump, and he posted an announcement on social media saying that the Republican Party primary race cannot be allowed to go on any longer. He says it must stop now. Trump says his endorsements within the Republican Party have been virtually insurmountable and that he will make his endorsement soon. He also says the candidate he does not endorse should immediately drop out of the race.
It's 7:09 on the Valley's Morning News. Freddie, I know you're watching watching for all the World Cup stuff. They're starting soon, right? Like some matches. I thought I heard something on.
Yeah,
on
there's like some tune-up matches before the game started in June.
Oh, so that's just like practice.
Yeah.
Okay, move it. Because of world events and yes, even the cartel violence in Mexico a few days back. New security concerns. We're going to visit that right after AccuWeather. It's 7:09. It is AccuWeather time, and a big thank you to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. Spring chicks are here. Pew, 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 pew. You know, the little yell, they're so cute. The spring chicks are here. They're on sale at Martin Farm and Ranch in Edinburgh. Come for the feed, stay for the chicks at Martin Farm and Ranch. Stop by, give Dougie a big hug from us. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Katerina joining us. And, oh, man, cranking up the winds overnight. And all day today, right? Going to be very windy?
Yeah, 20 to 30 miles an hour is sustained. So very, very windy for us. You weigh less than 100 pounds, you might want to put a couple of rocks in your pockets.
Yeah, you won't find any of that around here. Even with the FM DJs down the hall. Yeah, we'll be anchored firmly to the ground. We unfurl the sail on the SUV. Where does it take us? South to north, north to south? Like, where's the wind coming from? From the south?
From the southeast today, 20 to 30. It'll subside a little bit tonight down to 12 to 25, but still pretty windy tonight. And it's just going to really be windy over the next couple of days here for us, quite honestly.
That means red flag warning, right? All dry wind.
Yeah, it's been super, super, super duper dry. So, yeah, absolutely. There's likely to be fire statements out across all of South Texas here the next couple of days. 20 to 30 miles an hour again tomorrow, 12 to 25 tomorrow night, 15 to 25 Saturday. So winds are just hammering along the next couple of days. They'll lighten up Sunday.
Trucking north. What do you have for us? Houston, Dallas, San Antonio today, tomorrow.
Let's see. Houston today, just breezy. Sun, some clouds, 82. Dallas today, we'll have a thunderstorm in the area this afternoon. Tonight and tomorrow could have some heavier thunderstorms around with some hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes around Dallas. And for San Antonio today, passing shower in the morning. Otherwise, just windy today, tonight. Shower in spots tomorrow. Thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon.
Must be nice. They always get all the love up there and some of the moisture. You're still holding on that forecast for maybe some pop-up thunder shower around here Saturday night or something like that, right?
Yeah, Saturday into the day on Sunday too. There could be a couple thunderstorms around.
All right, Bill. Well, today we celebrate the forecast. Highs today, again, low 90s, like 92, 93. Right now it's mid-70s across South Texas. And rinse and repeat for tomorrow. And let's see.
And Saturday.
Yeah, and on Saturday as well. But again, Saturday maybe.
Yeah, Sunday will temper a little bit for us. Sunday we should come down a little before.
Thunder shower possibility is Saturday, right?
And Sunday.
Okay, good. I hope it becomes true. On the menu today, we celebrate cheese doodles. That's what we celebrate. That's
the crunchy ones or the fluffy ones?
I don't know. Well, both. I guess it's a cheese doodle either way. So
I like the crunchy ones.
So we celebrate that. All right. Get some extra carbs and fat in your diet today. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Katerina. I'll call you next hour, pal. Time is 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. It's not just families, individuals that are moving to Texas from California and other high-tax, high-regulatory places. Yeah, companies, the HQs are moving to Texas as well.
They want to move where it's more affordable. Taxes tend to be lower and it's limited government overall. Texas doesn't have a personal income tax, and so that's a big draw. This is good news for Texas, and I'm hopeful that it will continue.
That is economist Vance Ginn says that between 2018 and 2024, a total of 212 company HQs moved to Texas. And let's look at where they ran from. On the flip side, 276 companies left California. Their HQs left California between 2018 and 2024. At 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. And as I mentioned right before the weather break, World Cup organizers are facing new questions related to security as a result of what's taking place in the world.
North Texas FIFA World Cup Organizing Committee President Monica Paul spoke to local reporters this week following Operation Epic Fury in Iran and also the cartel attacks in Mexico. She says they stay in contact with several agencies from the local level to the White House to make sure the upcoming massive event is safe for everyone.
We want to ensure that this World Cup is safe and secure, not only for the fans and spectators, but for our residents as well.
One of the cities in Mexico that saw significant cartel violence, Guadalajara, is a host city for the World Cup. Dallas and Houston represent Texas in the event, stretching from Mexico City to Vancouver.
Yeah, that's right. Guadalajara is a host. Are they still a host city, Freddie? No change, right? Too late now. They're committed and just bringing in some extra cops, maybe U.S. Marines that are training nearby with the Mexicans. Time is 7:15. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Up next on the Valley's Morning News, Co-Step Big day for them yesterday. They had a big reveal on a major study of industry in the region from northern Mexico and southern Texas. What does that mean for recruitment of new industry and maybe your business? That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Our mom accomplished so much in her life. She was a great mother, wife, and school teacher. She amazed so many. When we lost her, we were so very sad, but comforted that she had pre-planned her funeral with the fine people at McCaleb Funeral Home. A live celebration would tell her big story.
Hi, I am Carla McCaleb. Along with my husband Mark and our caring staff, we know we are in the healing business because we hear it from families we serve. Please read our reviews about our life celebrations and fair and transparent prices for unmatched service and how we lift people up with our healing care and compassion. Celebrating life since 1963.
The Valley's only life celebration home. To learn more about the choices you can make now so a future funeral becomes more of a celebration of life, call Carla at 956-650-2841, 956-650-2841, or visit their website, McCalebFuneralHome.com.
News that affects you and your family.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Thank you much for tuning in to News Talk 710 KURV, Valley's Morning News. Also online at Radio Para Mi. Well, we're into March now. You know what that means. Spring training for baseball. Catch Astros baseball. You know, even opening day, right, Freddie? On the drive, we'll probably carry that as well. Maybe, right? As long as we can make the bosses happy, right? Catch Astros baseball weeknights and weekends on News Talk 710 KURV. Opening day is on March 26th against the Angels. Yeah, they're going to be at home. Adam Gonzalez is in the studio, and he is CEO of the Council of South Texas Economic Progress, COSTEP, right?
Right.
I got all the letters correct on that one.
Correct.
And Rio South Texas is the blanket unifying name for our region, which is southern Texas and northern Mexico. And you lead both of them, Rio South Texas. Because somebody asked me yesterday, hey, how about scholarships? Or are they one of the organizations that offer that? Well, you said Rio South Texas is still.
Well, let me clarify that a little bit. So Rio South Texas region is just a region that encompasses the Laredo region and the Rio Grande Valley region.
Okay.
Rio South Texas Foundation, Education Foundation, is another organization that we manage and that helps with scholarships and grants for higher ed on the on-demand occupations in the region and also on the new technologies that are needed to attract new industry.
Are we sure we want to associate with Laredo and bring them into the valley and do all thing? Any question?
Laredo's great, a great port.
It is.
It's the biggest port in land port that we have, and it's a great asset for our region.
And it still has our area code 956. They're also part of the 956.
Correct.
Like it or not, 956. So yesterday was a big reveal on Wednesday at South Texas College, and thank you for bringing us over, being part of that. Yesterday was a big reveal of a manufacturing industry study that you had conducted over several months. And you had folks sitting there with you, folks in education, academia, economic development efforts, and other industries as well. So what spurred this study? And describe it for me best you can over a couple of minutes.
Okay, so the study, what spurred the study is that, again, when we travel internationally or out of the region, they're always asking us what kind of processes do we have. We know we have a lot of automotive and aerospace, electronics here, and medical device, but we don't know all the processes that we have here that those companies are performing in order to produce their products. And that's what attracts new industry or industries looking to expand is, do we have the talent pipelines and the processes down in this region so that they could move here and it'd be seamless for them? So we decided to look at everything that we have both in the Rio South Texas region and in northern Tamaulipas and find out what is it that we truly have here from a product development perspective and manufacturing, and also who do we supply? What sectors do we supply in the region? So the study has all that information compiled sortable by city, by product production sector, and also by distribution sector as well.
85% of what you have in the report is in Reynosa or on the Matamoros side, on the Mexican side, is on the Mexican side. Do you see somehow in the future, as I would guess, taking a look at this snapshot, and you got folks in economic development offices all over the place, and regionally speaking, they're pushing to bring more industry. Do you see maybe more industry jumping the border and setting up shop over here?
That is the case today. I mean, we have a lot of companies from Mexico that are wanting to set foot, not necessarily that they're wanting to move their operation to the U.S., but they want to start some sort of operation in Texas or in the United States. So we're trying to pitch our region as the best part of Texas at this point to establish those types of manufacturing operations.
How does that work? So were the industries that you were able to define, among them, obviously the more popular would be anything that supplies components and molds and things like metalworking, some of the circuit board assembly, electrical, plastic injection molding. We've seen that for the longest time because it complements the maquilas. Would they want to set up like some machines there and maybe some machines over here on the Texas side?
So our region is very well known for the twin plant concept, where the labor intensive portion settles on the Mexico side and the energy intensive portion settles on the U.S. side, on the South Texas side. So yes, I mean, we're definitely pushing the twin plant concept, and I think that's the best way to help attract some of these industries.
Adam Gonzalez is with CoStep. Yesterday, they revealed a market snapshot of the area when it comes to industry and manufacturing. Had to sit down with some of the folks that are responsible for training folks in industry and recruiting industry to the area. This says a lot about the skill set that is available here near us across the border and here in South Texas, which helps the EDC guys go, okay, we already have the curriculum or the programs for training or the workers for that. We can go ahead and get something similar or competitor in that industry, like nearby.
Right, and the studies also aim to find some gaps that we might have.
Okay.
If we do have gaps, then that's where higher ed academia needs to come in and create those programs so that we can create that workforce pipeline, not only for the existing companies that are here, but to help attract new companies to the range.
Was that talked about yesterday with some of the folks?
Yes, it was.
What are some of the gaps you're looking at then?
Well, right now we're actually conducting a similar study, the same study questionnaire with higher ed on both sides of the border. So we call that the Binational Higher Education Advisory Council.
Okay.
And so we're in the process right now of collecting all that data so that we can match it against what we already have here and then match the industries as well and create a whole ecosystem of data, both from higher ed, the programs that we have available here. And if we have some of these programs missing, especially for these high demand occupations, then we can start developing those curriculum.
Why do I get the feeling that after you take inventory of some of the educational gaps, that already we're going to need another one? Are you pleasantly surprised with the rapid expansion and evolution of the South Texas economy, industries that we've never seen before, that are leading to other industries like tier one type of machining type of stuff that complement SpaceX, and of course the traditional fuels that are here and engineers required for that? It's like, wow, it feels like we're behind the curve trying to catch up with some of the training programs.
Well, we're definitely behind the curve, but that is also an opportunity. When we bring people in from out of town or from other parts of the country, they look at us as maybe being a little bit underdeveloped in the manufacturing sector, and that's quite true. But that also creates a great opportunity to develop it and create more jobs for the region.
Adam Gonzalez with CoStep. Again, they are providing to the public educators. You guys could be working as teachers, Region 1. You guys are maybe at the chamber offices or different industries. Take a look at what type of industries we have, the different skill sets that we have in South Texas. They made this big reveal of their industrial data system. It's available to the public, everybody, economic development.
It's available to everybody. As a matter of fact, we uploaded it. There's a button on our website at www.costep.org, and you'll be able to see the data that was presented yesterday. You'll be able to also use the tool and sort based on city, on product sector, and also on provider sector. And so you'll get an access to all that data. We really want to make that available to the world so that site selectors and companies looking at our region that come into our website can also familiarize themselves with what we have here.
great opportunity. I think I put a few check marks on some of the industries. Again, this report parses and provides inventory of where they are in Brownsville or McAllen or Harlingen or Reynosa, Tamaulipas. Again, 85% of all this is on the Mexican side, but there is potential for growth in some of these on the U.S. side. I mentioned some of the traditionals, which are metalworking, tooling, electronics, the assembly of all these circuit boards, plastics and plastic injection. But then we're in a new era in South Texas, energy, oil, and gas. The growth in that sector likely to be like crazy, amazing. Water treatment and waste, and the treatment of water, and industries related to that because of the high demand.
That's something that we really need right now. I mean,
Desperately.
water consumption, not only for our residents, but also for any type of manufacturing or data centers that are coming in. They're looking for high volumes of water.
Yeah.
SpaceX uses a high volume of water as well.
10-4. And I think he's going to develop his own systems for energy production, right? And water, which reminds me, President Trump had to sit down with some of the big names in electronics, Google, everybody else, ChatGPT. The gist of it, he had them sign a commitment to provide their own power on data centers and chip manufacturing. A lot of power. You guys set up your turbines or your solar panels or power generators to power your industry. Make sure there's enough power in the area for neighborhoods nearby. So there is a balance. We can find a balance because we're in the running for a data center. There's a lot of talk about maybe chip manufacturing down here as well. We should not be afraid of those industries because we can find the balance, especially when industry provides its own power, like Elon Musk.
Yeah, I think what this report will also show is maybe the infrastructure that we need, to establish in order to help attract more industry to the region. So those are some of the gaps that we're trying to find out, and there's some continuing analysis, some economic impact reports that we're going to be coming out with as to the types of benefits that manufacturing brings to the region.
Mining and metallurgy, extraction of minerals, and where is that in South Texas?
Primarily, around the Hebronville area. I know that we have a uranium
all the way
plant
out there. Okay.
We do cover Jim Hogg County.
I don't know.
So it's Zapata, of course, Rio Grande.
Yeah.
Even northern Hidalgo County, has availability for some mining.
A feral hog hunting should have been another put down if you went all the way to Hebronville. But that's one I put an asterisk on that one because all this potential. I think there's potential at the Rio Grande Valley, Port of Brownsville, to set up like a rare earth mineral refining. There's very little of that, and there's so much demand for rare earth refining with all the acreage available, easy access to the Gulf. Well, we could be something like that. We could host something like that here in South Texas. Medical devices. The one thing COVID taught us is that we need to produce our own medical equipment, medical devices, pharmaceuticals. Great potential for us to have more of that. The medical devices, that's a Reynosa side, right?
That's usually on the Reynosa side. Yeah. We have a very, very large corporation in a manufacturing operation in Laredo that just expanded over 100,000 square feet. And they have a twin plant concept. They have the labor intensive, the production, the actual manufacturing on the Nuevo Laredo side. And then they package everything and ship everything on the Laredo side.
Pharmaceuticals, chemical, and petrochemical. They have a footprint here. Let's start with the chemical, petrochemical, because that's the port, right? Or is there something on?
It's primarily the port.
Okay.
We do have the capacity to have research centers and things like that for new fuels and new chemicals, but we need to attract more of that to the region because we have great research capabilities, great universities that are here that could do that process.
Pharmaceutical and cosmetics, where is that?
Primarily right now on the Mexico side.
Okay. I'm reminded of Keith Patridge, the former chief at McAllen Economic Development. He and Mike Allen, especially Keith. I remember him telling me so many times, we have a potential, and this was before we had a medical school. He said, the gist of it, he said, imagine medical school set up, UT. Well, he didn't call it UT RGV back then, but it's here at Penn. Imagine that. And then next door, you have people from the big pharmaceutical or cosmetic brands that, from shampoos to make whatever, setting up like a testing facility, a market study facility. There's big money in that. Because they need the data set from the Latino Hispanic population. We need economic development offices and regionally to go look for that, go recruit that, bring it down here and develop that. They pay money to the people that test all this stuff out, and they get the data set that they want. There you go, Keith. I gave you some love after you ghosted me 2 years ago. He hasn't called me back to us.
Well, he's. I'll let him know.
good.
I mean, he's. We're very proud that Keith Patridge is our board chair for COSTEP.
That's why I mentioned it. I know he's on your board.
So he's. I'll let him know.
All right, Bill. Well, again, this report from COSTEP is available. Especially if you're an educator, maybe at Region 1, local high schools can play a part. They are playing a part in training the workers that are going into the high demand jobs, either at the port or in industry, and of course complement that as they jump skip over to get an engineering degree at the local college. Anything else you want folks to know about this report?
Just look up on the website, look up the report, see how you can use it. You can sort it, like I said, and then print a presentation for it. You can use it for either presentations or just for data gathering. And if you find something that we're missing, please shoot us an email at info@costep.org, and we'll get it taken care of.
The inventory you're taking on the education side, that will be ready más o menos when?
That one probably another 3 months. We just started the data gathering on that. This one took about 3 months for us to get it. We started in early December, and we just put it out yesterday. So probably about 90 days, and we should have that information
ready.
ready.
See us for that one. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate your time. Adam Gonzalez, he's the CEO of COSTEP. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Yes, your one and only station for Astros baseball, weeknights and weekends. Oh, man, all excited. Opening day coming up on March 26th against the Angels. They'll be broadcasting from Houston. Sports next on 710 KURV.
You need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-939-2525. That's 800-939-2525. 800-939-2525.
Coming up after the Valley's Morning News, stay tuned for the Sergio Show starting at 9, followed by the Dana Lash Show at 11 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Potomac app.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
I'm Adam C., and this is your TSN Sports Minute. The Dallas Stars made headlines today, trading a 2027 second-round pick and a 2029 fourth-round pick for veteran defenseman Tyler Myers. At 36 years old, Myers has one more year in his contract with a $3 million cap hit. Despite his age, he's still seen as a top 4 defenseman that could bolster an already solid Dallas defensive unit. The 2010 Calder winner will be with the team soon as they prepare to take on the Colorado Avalanche this Friday. Puck drop is scheduled for 6. Meanwhile, Astros shortstop Jeremy Pena suffered an injury during the Detroit Tigers and the Dominican Republic's exhibition game. Pena was removed in the 3rd inning as a precaution after a hard-hit ground ball bounced off the plate and hit his fingertip. He is set to undergo x-rays later today, and his status for the World Baseball Classic is now up in the air. The Dominican will start off their group play this Friday as they take on Nicaragua. First pitch is scheduled for 6. I'm Adam C., and this is your TSN Sports Minute.
Let's start in the NFL. The Chiefs trading corner Trent McDuffie to the Rams for 4 draft picks. That includes the 29th overall pick in April's draft. After just one season, the Patriots releasing wide receiver Stephon Diggs. Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show said, still uncertain on playing next season, and there's no deadline to make a decision. Former Notre Dame coaching legend Lou Holtz, who led the Fighting Irish to a national title in 1998, has died at the age of 89. Turning to the NBA, Hornets never trail, crushed the Celtics 118-89 for their 6th straight win. Thunder outlasted the Knicks 103-100. Clippers crushed the Pacers 130-107. That's sports. I'm Ronza Moss.
Your 710 KURV exclusive AccuWeather forecast, the same as yesterday for the exception of all the wind. You're going to unfurl a sail and on top of your SUV, you'll take it to Laredo at 30 miles an hour. Yeah, it's going to be gusting 30, 35-ish today. It's going to be very, very windy. It already is this morning. So highs tomorrow, the same. Right now, it's mid-70s across South Texas. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. Again, all these are wait times headed back to the U.S. if you're driving back to the McAllen, Mission, Edinburgh area. 45 minutes at Hidalgo, 15 at the other two, and if you're headed back to Brownsville, it's 45 minutes at B&M and Gateway, 30 south of Harlingen at Los Indios. It's 30 minutes and 15 at the Veterans Bridge. Thank you for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV, business news check of your money. Next on the Valley's Morning News. You want truly purified, clean, great tasting water all the time. Even when you run out of, let's say you buy a small pack of some bottled water, you run out of that, you always have truly purified, clean, healthy, satiating water. If you call Culligan and ask them to do for you what they did for my family a long, long time ago, many, many years, we've had that Culligan water purification system, state-of-the-art technology, scrubbing, cleaning all that water. And we open up that spout. It's wonderful tasting. Connected to the ice. Don't forget to connect it to the ice box. Get perfect ice cubes as well. Call Culligan. It's only $35 a month. Your very own water purification system. That is an amazing value. You take inventory, how much time and money you spend, all the gas that you, especially right now, the gas you're burning, going back and forth, to get some bottled water. I was going to say purified water, but no, it's bottled water. The truly purified water is from Culligan, and that system you can set up at your house. So call them and get Culligan, the Culligan system at your house or at your office. Only $35 a month. 956-399-1780. Call Culligan.
The eternal struggle. Too hot? Too cold? Forget about it. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC will make your home a true Goldilocks zone. Don't bear it alone when your fairy tale home feels like a nightmare gone wrong. Mighty Mike is your shining hero who will save the day with service that's not too early, not too late, but just right. Call Mighty Mike at 956-686-1353 or visit callmightymike.com. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC. Get it right. Call Mighty Mike. Mighty Mike to the rescue. Just one call to solve it all.
The word trust can mean different things to different people, but the security that comes with having a partner you truly trust has always been a constant. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas, we understand that no matter who you are, where you are, or what kind of support you need, having the right people by your side makes a world of difference and lets you face all the ups and downs with more strength, more confidence, and a whole lot more well-being. At Blue Cross, we are committed to ensuring you and the ones who put their trust in you the widest access to the best care at the best value, where you need it, when you need it. So as you move forward on your health and wellness journey, count on a bond that forever keeps us at the center of trust. Blue Cross and you, together, through it all.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. At least 20,000 flights in and out of the Middle East have been canceled since the U.S.-Israeli attacks on Iran. More than 1 million people have been affected by the cancellations and airspace closures. It's part of a growing number of conflicts that have affected the global tourism industry this year. Victoria's Secret topped quarterly earnings and revenue expectations and gave better than expected sales guidance. The company posted its best streak of comparable sales growth in 4 years as it continues a turnaround under CEO Hillary Super. Despite the strong results, the company's stock fell in pre-market trading. BYD's lead in China's electric vehicle market narrowed over the first 2 months of this year. After adjusting for the seasonal Chinese New Year disruption, BYD's combined January and February sales volume still dipped by roughly 36% compared to the year before. Futures are slightly lower. Wednesday, the Dow Industrials gained 238, the Nasdaq up 290, the S&P 500 up 52. That's Your Money Now.
AccuWeather says hot. Again, should be low 90s, but windy. It's already very, very windy. Kind of windy right now. Let's check this. That's all right. Kind of windy. So highs today, don't be surprised if we hit like up to 30 mile per hour winds. And tonight, same thing, up to 25 mile per hour winds. Low 90s for highs today. Right now, temperatures mid 70s. Thank you for waking up at Newstalk 710 KURV. This is the Valley's morning news for a Thursday. And go join us on your smartphone. Radio Para Mi. Go get the free app, Radio Para Mi. Listen to 710 KURV on Radio Para Mi. We got Fox News in 2 minutes.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Are you a fraud-paying American? 1 in 4 tax-paying Americans have been victim of identity fraud. With LifeLock, your identity, if it's stolen, they fix it guaranteed or your money back. And last year, billions in refunds were stolen. Could be from your salary, overtime, or second job. Gone. But this year, you don't need to stay a victim. Because this tax season, fraud-paying American is something no American should have to claim. Save up to 40% off your first year with the promo code BECK. Visit lifelock.com. Terms do apply.
They said copies for a penny couldn't be done. We said, watch us. Total Imaging Solutions. We're flipping the script on printing. Whether you're a small business or a big operation, it doesn't matter. If you need a printer or copier, Total Imaging Solutions has the right printer for you. You get the printer for a simple monthly fee and copies, just a penny or less a page. No ink or toner charges. No surprise service fees, just clear, honest pricing. And if your old printer's slowing you down, we'll trade it out and level you up. Whether you print just a couple of copies a day or need the next New York Times press, we can help. Plus, if anything ever breaks, our team will have you up and running in under 4 hours. Easy printing, fast service, real savings. That's the penny or less revolution. Call 956-664-2113 or visit copiesforapenny.com. That's copiesforapenny.com. Total Imaging Solutions, helping your business 1 penny at a time.
This is your news, weather, and talk station. News Talk 710, KURV, and KURV.com.
It's a Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News. It's News Radio for South Texas. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. And from AccuWeather, Jason Caterina joining us. And the only change to the AccuWeather forecast is the wind. It's windy at the moment. Windier likely later in the day, up to 30 miles per hour. Windy overnight. Highs later in the day should be in the low 90s. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Iran launches a new round of attacks today at Israel, but what's left in their arsenal?
It's challenging to get a specific number of how many missiles we believe the Iranian regime still has left, but they also have short-range capabilities, the cruise missiles and drones that they've launched into the Gulf, and even to Azerbaijan earlier today.
Fox's Trey Inks in Tel Aviv. Meanwhile,
the more pressing need is securing the Strait of Hormuz to protect global energy flows. If necessary, they say the U.S. Navy will escort oil tankers through the strait. And while the White House says oil prices may spike in the short term, ultimately they believe that costs will be lower when the Iranian regime no longer controls this critical shipping lane.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich of the White House. Iran's foreign minister accusing the U.S. Navy of committing an atrocity at sea for sinking an Iranian frigate ship, killing at least 87 sailors. America's listening to Fox News.
Voter turnout for the Texas primary around here was a record turnout in Hidalgo and Cameron County. About 3/4 of the following numbers I'm going to give you. About 3/4 were all Democrats. 86,000 votes in Hidalgo County. That was a record. And Cameron County was 48,000 votes. And again, about 3/4 of that, all Democrats. Voters, many of these voters going back to the polls because there are some runoff races that still need to be decided in late May. In West Texas, authorities working to contain a measles outbreak at a large ICE detention facility. U.S. Representative Veronica Escobar saying at least 14 cases of measles have been confirmed at that detention facility for illegal aliens. Political news for Texas. Of course, you know of the runoff in the GOP side when it comes to the race for U.S. Senate, the nomination. And aside from that Senate race, another interesting race that's drawing attention is the one in West Texas, the one represented by Tony Gonzalez.
Congressman Tony Gonzalez, whose lurid affair with a staffer has gone viral, is fighting for his political life. He's now in a runoff with firearms influencer Brandon Herrera, who's playing up his conservative values.
By talking about family, talking about faith.
UT San Antonio professor John Taylor says there's little the congressman can do to save his image. That staffer committed suicide. Her husband released text messages proving the sexual tryst. His post-election statement only made passing mention, dismissing it as filthy campaign tactics.
President Trump saying that he will be making an endorsement in the GOP race for U.S. Senate.
Current Senator John Cornyn will be in the Republican Party's primary runoff against Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Both men have talked about their support for President Trump, and he posted an announcement on social media saying that the Republican Party primary race cannot be allowed to go on any longer. He says it must stop now. Trump says his endorsements within the Republican Party have been virtually insurmountable and that he will make his endorsement soon. He also says the candidate he does not endorse should immediately drop out of the race.
It's Stephen Pickering with that report. We have a new number on the headquarters companies that moved to Texas between the years 2018 and 2024. According to a new report, 212 companies came to Texas, moved their headquarters to Texas. And on the flip side, we know many companies have been leaving California. Between 2018 and 2024, 276 companies moved their headquarters out of the state of California. And yes, and many of them came to Texas. And March is here, which you know what it means. March Madness.
Selection Sunday is set for March 15th for both the men's and women's brackets. The first four contests for the men start on Tuesday, March 17th, and the first round games begin on March 19th. The first four on the women's side starts March 18th before first round games starting on March 20th. I'm Monica Nelson.
This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us on your smartphone, and you do that by going to the App Store. Go find the free app called Radio Para Mí. Download it. Look for 710 KURV at Radio Para Mí.
Hi there. My name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile-long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison.
I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
If you are a business owner, listen to me. Have you given thought about the future? Not the next billing cycle. I'm talking about legacy issues, opportunities to sell at top dollar. RioPlex Business Exchange for $34 a month connects you instantly with qualified buyers, qualified investors, and the tools that you need to know exactly what your business is worth. Visit RioPlexBusinessExchange.com and subscribe today.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that. And more if you're worried about things like low testosterone. Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area call 9